Welcome to this week's Sunday special episode of Around the World in 7 Days. My name is Pooja. Sometimes happenings in global politics take us by surprise, and these also have a great impact on us. We will discuss one such story in today's episode. Recently, Turkey, which is mainly positioned in West Asia and partially in Europe, has renamed itself. Now Turkey will be known as Turkiye. An official request was sent to the United Nations by the Turkish government to change the name. The UN has accepted the request. However, in Turkiye, it's not just the name which has got altered. The country has also made some other changes, and these will decide its political and economic fate in the future. Turkey and Saudi Arabia, the two rivals of the Muslim world, are drawing closer to each other. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan had visited Saudi Arabia in April 2022. Now, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman startled everyone by visiting Turkey. This led to an inevitable conclusion that both the countries are now pushing for a congenial rapport. Several pertinent questions arise at this juncture. Why are Saudi Arabia and Turkey moving towards affability? It is noteworthy that Saudi Arabia had appealed to boycott Turkey or Turkiye in 2020. But now both the countries are trying to mend their relations. What are the circumstances that led to this move? We will discuss all these aspects in today's story. Actually, the conflict between these two Middle Eastern countries is not a new story. They have been antagonistic towards each other since the time of the Osmania Sultanate. Before the First World War, Turkey was a powerful country and it was known as the Ottoman Empire. At that time, it considered itself to be the most potent country of the Islamic world. Turkey even disdained Saudi Arabia despite of the fact that Mecca and Medina are located there. Post the First World War, however, the Ottoman Empire disintegrated and Saudi Arabia became most influential. Nevertheless, the power struggle between the two continued. In earlier episodes of our program, we have discussed Middle East politics. In these episodes, we apprised you of the fact that almost all the Middle Eastern countries share similar ethnic groups and religious beliefs. It is generally known that the Middle East is dominated by Muslim countries, while Iran is considered to be the leader of Shia Muslims. Both Turkey and Saudi Arabia are struggling to take the captaincy of Sunni Muslims. Consequently, the relations between both the countries are often strained to the point of being bitter. About a decade ago, the Arab Revolution was at its zenith in the Arab countries. On the one hand, the rebels were trying to oust the dictators. On the other hand, the relations between the Arab countries were deteriorating. Egypt was then ruled by Hosni Mubarak. He was in power for nearly 30 years. Erdogan was supporting the Muslim Brotherhood to oust Mubarak from power. When the Arab Revolution touched Egypt, Mubarak was banished from power and a democratic government was established in the country. However, it did not percolate well with some Arab countries, as most of them had monarchical governments. Saudi Arabia loathed Erdogan for his role in uprising the monarchy in Egypt. In 2014, Erdogan became the president of Turkey while King Salman was enthroned in Saudi Arabia in 2015. Later, the Strategic Cooperation Council was formed among both the countries to foster ties. However, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and the UAE severed relations with Qatar during the 2017 Gulf crisis. Turkey opposed this move and Erdogan declared that boycotting Qatar was against Islamic values. Turkey's diplomatic and economic relations with Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Egypt soured subsequently. The tensions between Turkey and Saudi Arabia escalated further when a Saudi Arabian journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, was killed by Saudi agents in the Saudi embassy in Istanbul in 2018. However, the relations between both the countries seem to be normalizing after nearly 4 years of animosity. Now the question is that why these countries are moving towards amicability. Basically, the reason behind this move are embedded in money and might. Economic losses and declining regional power have forced both the countries to come together. Let us first of all analyze the mercenary factor. The value of Turkey's currency, that is lira, has fallen tremendously in recent times. The inflation rate in Turkey reached 36.1% in December 2021. Turkey's exports to Saudi Arabia have declined drastically and it had an immense impact on Turkey's economy. The exports reduced from 1.02 billion riyals to 506 million or 506 million riyals in December 2019. As per a report, Turkey's exports to Saudi shrank by 78% in 2020. Turkey is unable to export various goods to Saudi Arabia due to the sanctions imposed by Saudi Arabia. Consequently, the bilateral trade of both the countries has fallen to $5 billion. It has dented the Turkish economy to a great extent. Turkiye had set a target of receiving investment for $25 billion from Saudi Arabia by 2023 and it intended to take bilateral trade to $20 billion. But that could not be achieved amidst the political differences. Meanwhile, elections are due in Turkey in the upcoming times. Erdogan is trying to overcome the economic crisis by raising some investment from Saudi Arabia ahead of the scheduled elections. It implies that Erdogan desires to improve relations with Saudi Arabia for stabilizing the deteriorating Turkish economy and thereby maintaining his political hold in the country. Now, after understanding Turkey's motive, let us discuss as to why Saudi Arabia also intends to mend its relations with Turkey. Saudi Arabia's dominance in the Middle East has declined significantly in recent times. Its conflict with Iran, one of the powerful countries in the Middle East, has already divided the Middle East into two camps. On the other hand, enmity with countries like Qatar has also reduced Saudi Arabia's clout. Recently, Saudi Arabia's relations with UAE, its trusted ally, have also been strained. All these factors had weakened Saudi Arabia geopolitically. In such a scenario, Saudi Arabia is striving hard to bring a powerful nation like Turkey into its camp. By strengthening ties with Turkey, Saudi Arabia aims to re-establish itself as a regional power in the Middle East. Therefore, Saudi Arabia wants to increase its investment with the help of Turkey. It believes that by doing so, it can establish its supremacy over the regional rival, Iran. As a result, a new balance of power would be created in the Middle East. However, it will be interesting to watch how the affability between both the rivals can change the Middle East geopolitics and whether this camaraderie will even last long. In the next segment of the Sunday special episode of Around the World in 7 Days, we will discuss about some other important international news. After a long standoff, Iran and the US have agreed to resume negotiations on a nuclear deal mediated by the European Union. This agreement has been reached after the visit of European Union Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell to Iran. The talks, which are to be held in Qatar's capital Doha, could be the last opportunity for both the countries to save the historic nuclear deal. This deal was signed in 2015 under JCPOA, that is, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action between Iran and P5+1 countries like the US, China, Russia, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom to control Iran's nuclear program. But this deal was called off in 2018 due to the unilateral exit of the US from this deal under the Trump administration. However, in April 2021, Iran and the P4+1 countries expressed their desire to negotiate this deal with the indirect participation of the US and the talks between in Vienna, capital of Australia, for this purpose. Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has announced to hold a referendum in October 2023 for attaining independence from the United Kingdom. For this purpose, she has also introduced a bill in the Parliament of Scotland. She has also threatened the UK government that if it tries to block the referendum, then she will take legal action against it. Boris Johnson's Conservative Party is the main opposition party in Scotland and it is opposing the referendum bill. Scotland's electorate, with a population of approximately 5.5 million, voted against independence in the 2014 referendum with a voter turnout of 55% against 45%. However, when the Scottish majority opposed the Brexit, then the issue of attaining independence from the UK gained momentum once again. Iran, which is facing US sanctions these days, is engaged in accelerating ties with various countries and organizations for minimizing the effect of the sanctions. For this purpose, Iran has applied to join the BRICS, a group of emerging countries. BRICS is an organization of the world's 5 major emerging economies, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS was established in 2009 in Yekaterinburg, Russia. However, South Africa was not a part of the BRICS at the time of its establishment. According to Russia, Argentina has also applied to join BRICS. The conflict between the African countries of Sudan and Ethiopia has intensified over the disputed area of Al-Fashqa. Recently, Sudan's army attacked the disputed area bordering Ethiopia. The Sudanese government had previously alleged that the Ethiopian army captured and killed 7 Sudanese soldiers and a civilian. Sudan had even lodged a formal complaint with the United Nations Security Council against these killings. However, Ethiopia has denied these allegations. The dispute regarding Al-Fashqa, a district located in Sudan, was settled by Ethiopian farmers. But in recent years, the Al-Fashqa dispute has intensified against with the construction of a hydroelectric dam by Ethiopia. Moving on to our question for today. Why Turkiye and Saudi Arabia are joining hands in the Middle East? How will this affect the Middle East geopolitics? Evaluate.